At the beginning of 2024, I set off in bad weather for my last big American road trip. I had to dodge traffic on the interstates, snow, rain, hail, electric rainbows, dust storms, man-eating armadillos, bison with jock itch, alien abductions, and even worse, my own cooking. However, all through my travels, I kept my eyes on the sky. In awe of the moon, the sun, the stars, and their restless journey through the heavens. It was indeed a special time to follow these celestial bodies, as a unique occurrence was about to take place. Many of my viewers have been asking me, where am I going to be April 8th, 2024? The reason they're asking me is that's the date of the total eclipse. Now, the experts concluded that the best place on Earth to view the total eclipse of the sun was Texas. So I drove all the way from New Brunswick, Canada to the state of Texas, a distance of over 2,500 miles. However, Mother Nature had her own plans. It seems one of the worst places to be is southern Texas. So with only a few days left, I set off on one final test of endurance to find the best viewing place in the world. Stuck in snow again. Sound familiar? Well, it's now 3 days before the eclipse, and it's cloudy and raining. Am I really going to see it? I don't know, but I sure am going to try. I forgot about the downed trees, and it seems part of the driveway has eroded due to the excessive amount of rain that's been around here, and snow, of course. But my plan was to take the trailer off the truck. I don't need it to see the eclipse. It is now 2 days before the eclipse. I'm back in Canada, I'm at the cabin, and I am just relaxing. I drove for 4 days straight. I drove over 2,500 miles, which is about 4,200 kilometers, to get here. Why? Because I was listening to the weather reports, and here's the latest weather report on the eclipse. I was right here in Texas, and you see that big gray area? That's exactly where I plan to see the eclipse. That is clouds, rain, and thunderstorms. So the chances of seeing it down there, and that's right by the Mexican border, are not very good. And as the path goes right across, I mean, you look at Dallas, cloudy again. Little Rock, Arkansas, also appears it's going to be cloudy. Indianapolis, cloudy. I think Cleveland is cloudy as well. It's only when it gets up to, I think that's Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, where it starts to clear up. And after that is the Maritimes, which is where I'm at. Now, you know, I've just been relaxing today, but I've been looking at the weather forecasts just to see, did I make the right decision? I mean, here's Dallas, Texas, and there's Monday. You can see right there, it says 50% of scattered thunderstorms, like 50% of rain. Its cloud is probably closer to 90 or 100%. So Texas was not a good choice, but let me just see what other ones there are. How about, okay, Little Rock, Arkansas. Show the 10-day. Monday, 30% of rain, definitely cloud. And it's like that all the way. A lot of Canadians are going to Niagara Falls. Let me just show you what Niagara Falls. It says mostly cloudy in Niagara Falls. So the only places really are right in the northeast of the US and the East Canada. And it's still not a guarantee. This is just a forecast. You know, things could change in 2 days. They probably will. But now I've got to narrow it down. I think I'm in the right area. I just have to find that exact location that'll work for me. Now some may wonder, why don't I just stay at the cabin for the total eclipse? And it's because it's not in the direct path. It's close, but it's not close enough. There's better spots in New Brunswick, and I've got to find one. And according to a popular website, there is a place near the border with Maine where the total eclipse crosses just north of Woodstock, New Brunswick. Now the cabin isn't in that area, but it does give me a place to leave the trailer. That way I just have the truck. I can get on through more back roads. I can go stealth if I want to. And if I have to go into a city or town, it's easier to park. So there are some advantages to just having a truck. I got to lighten the load. I got too much stuff. I'm going to leave some at the cabin. Well, it is now less than a day, probably about 22 hours before the eclipse is going to start. And I'm kind of in panic mode right now. What I want to do is set up my equipment and test it beforehand. And here's one of many challenges. First of all, there's no sun. It's cloudy today. And it's windy, and it's cold, and I'm not even in the location yet. I'm still at the cabin. I wanted to do this pre-test before I started off early in the morning. If I was just taking a picture, you know, like a still of the total eclipse, I would just be going click with the camera. That's pretty easy. And if I wanted to do even better, I'd probably have a tripod. But I want to do even better than that. What I want to do is a time lapse over 2 hours. And that's where things are getting really complicated. I bought different equipment. I bought some new equipment here, including this, which is a motorized sky tracker. What it does is it follows the sun as it goes across the sky. That way I don't have to adjust the camera every time it shifts out of position. But the challenge with this is, number one, it has to line up with the North Star. Well, that's pretty hard to do in the daylight. And I don't know if I'm going to get a chance tonight. Hopefully I will. But unfortunately, this isn't the location I'll be taking it. I have to set up tomorrow, and I'm only going to be there in daylight. So I have to try to calculate where the North Star is, which is somewhere over there. I believe it's about 18 degrees west of the magnetic north and 46 degrees latitude based on the location I'm going. But my main problem right now, it's cloudy. I don't even know where the sun is, so how do I do a test? And this is the challenge. If I get a little bit of sun before it goes below the horizon, I can do a test with this equipment. I'm just not feeling lucky yet, but I'm hopeful. Hopefully the skies are going to open up and it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. I did see a little bit of the sun through the haze, so pointed the camera and did a test. The results were not very good, as I wasn't aligned properly, and the clouds blocked out most of the sun anyway. Oh well. Today's the big day, and the sun's shining. Yes! Well, I filled up with gas, even put some in the jerry can because you never know what's going to happen during the apocalypse. You know, they could actually run out of gas. Who knows if there's too many people in a small area. But there's one other thing that I can't do without. And that's sharing the experience with a friend.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi, Slim.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
This is Caroline. Is this your first eclipse?
I think I saw one when I was a little kid, but I probably didn't really see it. We were told to just not look up into the sun. So I think I just saw my own shadow. And then it went away.
Well, I saw the one 7 years ago, but before that it was like 50 years ago. I think actually it was more than 50 years ago, and it was only a partial. So, this should be fun.
I think so.
But first we had to get there safely, and in New Brunswick you always had to keep an eye out for moose, as they are much bigger than the cars are. Well, we're getting close. I'd say we're probably about 40 minutes away from Woodstock, New Brunswick. Not the other Woodstock. This is still Canada. Actually, there's a Woodstock, Ontario, Woodstock, New York. This is Woodstock, New Brunswick. And it's a small town, I think under 10,000 population. However, there's expected to be at least 20,000 visitors from what I hear, but I don't know if they took into account that a lot of the other places on the path of the eclipse are going to be cloudy today, so there could be a last minute rush. Who knows? I'm seeing a little bit of traffic getting in there, but so far it's not too bad. What do you think's going to happen?
I think the more the merrier. Turn it into an eclipse party.
Well, I think the point is if there's too many people, then there's going to be a lot of cars trying to get in and out and nowhere to park. I think that's my biggest concern, is not having a place to park. And I'm going to have a place where I can set up a tripod, so who knows what's going to happen.
Play it by ear.
Gonna have to. Well, this is Woodstock, New Brunswick.
I just see houses.
I guess
houses.
This is the burbs. Oh, here comes the major intersection. East or west? Oh, it's Main Street. Let's go for
West.
West. West is the best. Oh, there's a welcome Woodstock eclipse sign. So I know I'm in the right Woodstock at least. As soon as we arrived, there was a sundog in the sky, which is a full rainbow around the sun formed by ice crystals. Well, this looks like a good spot.
Front row seats.
Yeah, there's just a stream ahead of us and some seagulls. That's a good sign. It means the water's clean. You got lunch.
What I got. Sure did. Brisket poutine.
Poutine. What could be more Canadian?
Needs a bit of ketchup, but should be good.
How is it?
It's pretty good. A little bit sweet.
Very meaty.
Well, I didn't get fancy like you did.
What did you get? Oh,
I just cut fries.
fries.
Although, I do have lots of ketchup, so to me that's a complete meal.
Ketchup.
Potatoes, salt, and ketchup. All the
Oh.
necessary vitamins.
It's tomatoes. You're eating tomatoes.
Yeah, that's good for
Yeah.
you. New Brunswick potatoes, the best. It's a bit windy, which makes me nervous. I notice even the ground, if somebody runs across, it shakes a little. Well, it's now 1 hour before the start of the eclipse. It's about 2:30. The eclipse here starts around 3:30. A lot more people here now. It's starting to fill up. I was kind of thinking I was the only one, but no, lots of people here now. And it's still sunny. However, now it's windy. There goes my hat. Thank you. Nice sunny sky. Let me just see. There's the sun right there. I've got the camera set up. I'm hoping it's going to work properly, but who knows? I just don't want to spend all my time behind the camera this time. I want to see things in real life, you know what I mean? But I think it's going. How are things for you, Caroline?
Pretty sunny.
Pretty sunny. She says it's pretty sunny. That's a good thing. Anyway, I'm going to keep setting things up, getting prepared, but we're almost there. Perhaps 20,000 people was a little optimistic, but downtown Woodstock did grow by at least 200 more people, with a few stargazers in attendance, with much better equipment than mine. New Brunswick's finest keeping the peace. A few tunes to get us all in the mood, the local media, and a polite and friendly Canadian crowd.
I create wind. It just seems to happen wherever I don't want to
That
stop.
doesn't sound like a good thing to say.
That's true.
Well, it's getting there. Half an hour or so, it's going to start. What do you think is going to happen? World's
Well-
going to end?
Another zombie apocalypse?
Cool.
I don't know. I mean, I think that when we get close to, the time, everyone's going to put their glasses on.
Well,
And then
no,
we're just
they're
going
supposed
to-
to be putting their glasses on now.
Now, yeah.
It's when
that's
total
true.
eclipse they take their glasses off. I was going to bring my 3D glasses, use those instead so I get the full depth sort of eclipse experience.
But I think that during the moment of totality, that 3 or 4 minutes it is, that some people might think of it as some kind of spiritual experience. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear some shouting, some screaming.
Some yahooing.
Yeah, a lot of yahooing. And then maybe when it's over, people will just, sit there and maybe reflect for a few minutes what they just saw.
Or they're going to head to their cars
And just go home.
get on the highway, clog up all the major arteries getting out of here. It's definitely not going to be cloudy. I mean, I'm so glad I didn't stay in Texas because I hear right now it's really cloudy there. But what a long way to see the eclipse. Didn't plan that very well.
Yeah, but now you have the perfect day to see it. Not a single cloud in the sky.
Well, bring it on. Well, it's supposed to start any minute. Can't see a thing except an orange dot up in the sky. Well, hold on a sec. Is it? No, it looks unusual at the bottom. Bottom,
Right?
right? Yeah.
Looks like something is eating it up.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's coming in at the bottom right. Cool. like a little chunk's been bitten out of the cookie. It's about 3:55 and the moon's getting towards the center of the sun. It's kind of a crescent. What is the weather right now in Texas? And Utopia, Texas is cloudy. I don't know if you can see that. Even other places. Let's try Indianapolis. Indianapolis is sunny, so they're okay. Sherbrooke is sunny. Do you have any?
Well, Toronto is cloudy.
So 100% cloud?
Mostly cloudy, yeah. So near 100% clouds.
So that's the same with Niagara Falls then, right?
Yeah, but really, really similar.
Oh boy.
Perhaps a bit rainy, who knows?
Looks like this is the place to be. Good call. One big difference is temperature. Now, of course, it's Canada, New Brunswick, and it's the spring, which for most places is still wintertime. But it was actually pretty well t-shirt weather when we got here. Now it's getting cooler. There's a wind coming in, which is making it cooler, but it's also because there's less sunlight, and it could drop like 10 degrees. Yeah. So, yeah, my jacket here might not be enough. I think I'd better go get my winter coat. Well, it's now within a few minutes, and I'm in panic mode. The camera actually turned itself off for a few seconds, so there may be a little lapse in my time exposure. It's working again now, but everybody is anticipating something, and you look all around and there's all these people looking up in the sky. I mean, it's a unified experience. Everybody's together, all looking up at the sky. You know something's going to happen, but you really don't know how you're going to react until it does. It's definitely getting darker. Okay, we're just a few minutes away. Birds are acting a little weird. They're flying around. Not sure what to do. Everybody's waiting. You know something's going to happen. Okay, I think we're almost there. Getting real close. Look at this. There it is. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's so beautiful. Whoa. Wow, stars are coming out. So cool! Oh yeah! Oh, look at that! Oh wow! Oh, that is so better than before. Goodness! Look at it! Oh, cool! Oh. That is, look at the little fireballs. Lights are on. Oh wow, that is so cool. gorgeous. Little star. I think that might be Jupiter. Do you think that's Jupiter? I made it! We survived the eclipse of 2024.
And we didn't turn to zombies.
Though it would be cool if we turned into zombies. So the question is, was it worth it going from New Brunswick to Texas for about 2,500 miles or 4,200 kilometers, only to discover that you should have been back to where you started, another 4,200 kilometers or 2,500 miles to New Brunswick?
Yes, it was.
It was, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was definitely worth it. It was an experience, and I'm never going to forget it.
It was incredible. I've never seen anything like this. I probably won't again until 2044.
If I'm still around, I'll be seeing it. It was worth it. Even though I did a lot of traveling and was totally wrong at the beginning, at the end, it all paid off. But there's one thing I haven't shown, for if you remember, my goal was to shoot the entire eclipse through a time lapse. So to close, here's the result. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my others as well. And with those roads now behind me, I return to the cabin to renew, trading lines in the pavement for the peaceful waters below an ocean sunset. And although this may be a sad goodbye for some, to others, it's a warm hello.